Well, hello there, the internet. It's gothatfunk here, and this is a video response to my friend Nicotine 2. I'm afraid I can't remember the name of the video, but I'll obviously link it in Sarah Han's beard below. Anyway, right, so you're talking about modern art, Nick, and you know, sometimes you look at stuff and you go, oh, come on, that's, not really art, and you compare it to classical art in particular. And I've spent a lot of time looking at modern art in the past 10 to 15 years myself. And at the same time, I am a modern artist. My style of painting is abstract expressionism. And so I see both sides of the coin. I have to say, for example, in Amsterdam, there's the Van Gogh Museum, and there's the Reich Museum a short walk away. And if you go to the Reich Museum first, and you'll see one heck of a lot of Rembrandt and a whole bunch of other photorealist paintings that are absolutely breathtaking in their detail. And then you'll go across the lawn and down the street a bit to the Van Gogh Museum and see some of the most stunning paintings probably I've ever seen. But you can't really compare them to the stuff that's in the other museum. Van Gogh has styles all of his own, and many of those paintings are extremely powerful, and when you stand in front of them you will weep because of the emotion that blatantly went into the painting. I've never seen paintings like that. So even though there's a lack of formal precision in a Van Gogh painting, for example, there's no lack of precision. There's no at the same time. It's just a different kind of thing. And then moving on further from that, in 20th century art, it's you mentioned Rothko and Jackson Pollock, and Jackson Pollock was actually the inspiration for me in my style of painting, because I was having a discussion with my former girlfriend about Jackson Pollock, because we both admired his work, but I did say that I preferred the Pollocks before he got into his whole splashy style of painting. And she commented to me that just because that looks pretty random doesn't, you shouldn't take it as random, and you have to stand in front of those things to appreciate them, and blah 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 blah, which in general I agree with, although I'd never seen a Pollock in person at that point. And anyways, so I said, yeah, I could have done that, like what you said in your video. And so she dared me to try, and so I tried and found out within minutes that it's really, really difficult to make it look artistic. And the way I paint now is an accident based on what happened, that first experience of trying to recreate a Pollock. It's really hard. And so the whole I could have done that thing, I'm sorry, but when it comes to a Jackson Pollock, it does not apply. It doesn't. I mean, people think they can do it, but it's not as easy as it looks. You can't just throw paint at a canvas and make it come out like that. It might look like that, but that's not how it's not as easy as that. So this whole concept of skill and so forth, and for that matter, concept art as opposed to art which is beautiful for the sake of the fact that it looks like other things. So, I see both sides of this coin, because sometimes, I've been around museums and art galleries plenty over the past 15 years. And, basically I spent a lot of time looking at paintings, sculpture, and installations. And installations in particular, sometimes you just roll your eyes to the back of your head. You're like, oh my God, that is so getting away with it. People said Tracy Emin's bed was getting away with it. And whilst I happen to agree that it's a bit out there and cheeky, there is a point behind the bed and whatever, and you can see the point, and it is kind of getting away with it. When you want to you just can't compare them, though. That's the thing. We're both friends with Ghost of Day in person. I look at the paintings that she does, and I just go, oh my God, I could never, ever, ever come anywhere near close to doing something that intricate and that just the sublime quality. And I'm a painter, and she's a painter, in the same way that a shark is a fish and a guppy is a fish. I mean, you know, there's just no way you can compare the two. Um, so but to say that I'm not an artist wouldn't be fair, in my opinion. It's just that it's not a fair comparison. You know, you can't compare that kind of, you know, it's just no, it can't be done. So I don't think it's cool to throw out the baby with the bathwater, as it were, and say that different kinds of art, because they don't necessarily imply or need a certain level of intricacy or subtlety. You know, there are other ways of looking at it. And also, there are plenty of art installations that you see or you hear about that sound, you know, perfectly ridiculous, but there is a point to them. Like, I'm going to name my most infamous one I can think of is Piss Christ, you know, where someone put a crucifix in a glass jar of piss. And, you know, the religious people are all up in arms and whatever, and so forth. And I just thought, at the time, I thought that's unnecessarily provocative and pretentious, but at the same time, you know, you obviously get the point they're trying to make, or you think you do. And then, you know, 15 years goes by, like it has, or whatever. And, you know, last month when that guy was going to burn the Korans and whatever, and everyone was going on about how, you know, nothing is too sacred to be burned and whatever. And I was thinking, well, Piss Christ makes a lot more sense now, you know? So these things, regardless of how, like, pretentious they can come across, and I'm absolutely in agreement. There's plenty, especially when it comes to installations, man. There's plenty of stuff out there that you just look at it and go, oh, fuck, come on, you know? Is that really you're gonna charge 15 grand for that? Are you kidding me? You know? And so, you know, sometimes it really is like, what the fuck, you know? I completely agree with you, but you can't say it's not art just because it's not very good or doesn't strike you as very good. Doesn't mean it's not art. It just means it's not very good art, you know, and it's still valid as art. Sorry, but it is. Each to their own. When it comes to things like Pollock and Rothko, or even my paintings to a lesser degree, I mean, there's a certain visual impact which works on the mind, you know. And this is what, you know. I mean, I used to think Rothko was full of shit, but I only ever saw those paintings in books and whatever. But if you go and stand in front of a fucking 40 foot by 40 foot Rothko, it's pretty fucking powerful stuff. And so I really do believe that seeing it in person makes a lot of a difference, but at the same time, sometimes you look at stuff and you just go, come on. And I've seen plenty of really famous paintings now. And even some of those, you just go, yeah, well, you know, getting away with it. What can you say? But it would be bizarre if there was an art form that was universally accepted as good art. I think that'd be a bit weird. So maybe it's a good thing that there's this conversation and there's these differing opinions about what constitutes good art. And I think on that note, I'm going to leave it. Thanks for watching. It's Got That Funk, and may all your ups and downs be ups.